Another case of routine activity theory coming to reality. Give a watch.
New at 10, a family looking for answers after an assault in Reynoldsburg. A teenager was punched outside of New Life Group Home, and video of it was posted to social media. Fox 28's Michelle Newell live in the newsroom right now. And Michelle, what's the group home saying about this?
Well, the group home couldn't tell me anything about what happened, Bob, but Franklin County Children's Services told me they're aware of what happened. They say they are looking at everything to determine if they'll launch an investigation.
That's them laughing. It's a big joke.
For Amber Hunt, there is nothing funny about this. In the video, you can see a boy get punched in the face, then fall to the ground. That boy is Hunt's nephew.
My jaw, right in this area, still hurts.
According to the police report, the incident is being investigated as felonious assault. Shane Valentine says he was targeted outside of the New Life Group Home in Reynoldsburg earlier this week. Hunt says her nephew was temporarily placed in the group home under Franklin County Children's Services.
It was 6:30, we just got done eating, and then they tried to punch me out of an iPhone and money that I had.
Valentine says there weren't any workers around to monitor the kids outside.
When Shane was released from the hospital, he called crying. He sent us the video because the video was posted on Facebook.
The video has been shared on Facebook more than 200 times.
You can hear the other kids kind of encouraging the boy in the shorts to do it.
Hunt claims workers at the group home knew about the incident before it happened.
The employees were all aware of the fact that this was going on too. I spoke with them. They personally told me it.
We called Franklin County Children's Services for answers. They say they're assessing what happened and will determine if an investigation will be launched. Shane says he was released from the group home today and is now with family.
Unsafe. My dad would never want to go back there.
And Shane's aunt tells me she wants to see the workers put on administrative leave, and she wants the boy who allegedly punched Shane to face charges.
So a few weeks ago, we talked about routine activity theory. I reminded everybody what it meant. It said a white person walking in a black neighborhood, a white person being around black people can routinely expect to be the victim of black violence. Some Poindexter wrote into the YouTube channel and said, Colin, you must understand routine activity theory. And he gave me the Wikipedia entry, which I somehow neglected to read. But I reminded him that I learned about routine activity theory from the chairman of the sociology department of Harvard University. It was a court trial a couple of years ago in Chicago. A woman named Christina Eilman was arrested in Chicago, a blonde woman put in the jail in Chicago, released into a black neighborhood in Chicago where she was kidnapped, sexually assaulted, and thrown out of a 7-story window. Sued the city of Chicago, sued for $100 million. The city settled for $22.5 million, the most they've ever settled for in an individual case. The judge said the city was negligent because they might as well have released her into the lion's den at the Brookfield Zoo. Here's a quote from the local newspaper. Judge Easterbrook suggested the police showed complete disregard for the danger white people face when they dumped at the petite blonde Eilman in a violent minority community. Quote, she was lost, unable to appreciate her danger, and dressed in a manner to attract attention. She is white, this is a judge speaking, she is white and well off, while the local population is predominantly black and not affluent, causing her to stand out as a person unfamiliar with the environment and thus a potential target for crime. That is routine activity theory. That came from a judge. That came from a Harvard sociologist. That went through all sorts of appeals cases. I just finished reading these appeals. Again, every single appeal, the city stood up and said, oh, you can't say that, Your Honor. That's racial profiling. And he's just making it up. The judge said, no, he's not making it up. I mean, he's got facts. And this is the thing. Kicked it back down to the city, and the city said, we better give her $22.5 million before we have to give her $100 million, before more people figure out what it's like to be a white person in Chicago, or what it's like to be a white person sent to a a family home, a group home, where you're surrounded by black fellow inmates. That's what they were there, right? Inmates, black counselors who all think that somehow white people are just, that's part of the DNA of the universe. White people are targets, black people are predators. Why is everybody so surprised? Well, you know what? Maybe maybe the fact that some people still are surprised is what makes the black kids angry.